an important video, I'm going to go ahead and get this out my system early. And I know if I do this at a certain point in the day, y'all gonna flock on here and keep me on here forever. So hopefully, but I gotta talk about this. So recently, Oliver Twist, who I'm learning more about, who was affiliated with TS Shenanigans, and they was working together, and you know all of this tea that's been coming out with Dominique Morgan. Make sure when y'all come on, y'all click like and help me get through the algorithm because we trying to get through the algorithm over here. But Oliver Twist, which I'm really liking the energy that this person represents. So I googled their astrological sign, and they are an Aquarius. So it's interesting that all three of the components are is air. It's Gemini, it's Libra, and it's Aquarius. So Oliver Twist has this what I don't understand. People saying that Oliver is being messy, but it's all messy. Like it's like the whole industry. Child, y'all see this bra is just sitting up on top of my titties, huh? But no, I get just leave it like that, child. It's messy right now. It's just messy, girl. So anyway, girl. But yeah, girl, I'm just getting into the tea, girl. So Oliver put two and two together and placed TS Shenanigans with Dominique. And this is the gag. No one's really spilling the tea, like the whole tea. Like people is glazing over the tea. You know what I'm saying? Because right around the time when TS Shenanigans was spotted with, the girl who's being accused of the larceny, TS Shenanigans was closing on her home. Like all around, like closing on the new home all around this time, conveniently, like just pay attention to the window, like do your math, like pull out your receipt books, like go back in time. T.S. Shenanigans was closing on her home when she was being spotted with Mother Larceny. Now, now, T.S. Shenanigans and Mother Larceny were going on their tour, were going on their campaign, doing their tour, Santi Kanti. And, this was all around the time where T.S. Shenanigans was really like stunting on the children in her new home, the new home in which she so graciously said that my nuts was folded up inside my pussy in that same home. So right around the time when T.S. Grand Larceny was when she linked up with T.S. Grand Larceny, all of a sudden T.S. Shenanigans ended up with another mansion. So no one's, but they're saying that T.S. Shenanigans had nothing to do with with Mother Grand Larceny, but girl, that's what I call a fairy godmother, girl. When the fairy godmother comes in, girl, and all of a sudden T.S. Shenanigans is around here with a new mansion. T.S. Shenanigans is closing on a new home. Don't you find that timeline just interesting? The timeline is interesting, to say the very least. And so, I thought more of Arman. Like I really honestly thought more of Arman when Arman did his coverage of T.S. Shenanigans and Aller Twist story. Um, he was like defending T.S. Shenanigans, but you're defending T.S. Shenanigans, but any other time you wouldn't hold your tongue. Like like you ain't held your tongue on Cardi B. Well, when when you were in Cardi B's good graces, of course. And you ain't held your tongue on Nicki Minaj or Cardi B. And I guess it's a fickle thing because like when they're not seeing it for you or when you're not in their good graces, that's when you have the capacity to want to just go ahead and keep it a bean, like keep it a stag. That's when you want to keep it a stag, is when you're not in their good graces. But any other time, any other night, you'll tell, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. Maybe you don't know the whole truth. Maybe you haven't done the research that you needed to do, but you're supposed to be a journalist. Like you followed Meg the Stallion story like you were 60 Minutes. Like you were able to get all of the tea on Meg the Stallion. Like, girl, you followed Meg the Stallion story and you followed Cardi B stories like you were 60 Minutes, girl. Like you were CNN, girl. Like you were ABC, girl. Like you were Fox News, girl. You were following these girls' stories. But girl, when it came to TS Shenanigans, girl, you conveniently were leaving out important details. You conveniently left out important details. You know what I'm saying? Like if we just pay attention to the timeline, right about the time when, excuse me, excuse me, ancestors, ancestors, with TS Shenanigans and Mother Larceny were doing their tour, were doing their starter space tour. Um, she was closing on the new villa. You know what I'm saying? So like, why is that not a conversation? Why are those dots not being connected? We've got all of these journalists recording live on the scene. Like, what is the tea with that? So I just find that interesting that Armand took 30 minutes to talk about Armand took 30 minutes, 25 to 30 minutes to talk about Oliver Twist and just straight dragged Oliver Twist. And the crazy thing about it is Oliver Twist is not ugly. Oliver Twist is very talented. And the biggest reason you were saying was that Oliver Twist wants to be a girl, but Oliver Twist doesn't want to be a girl. Oliver Twist just wants to be whole. Just because you live in a box, you are uncomfortable with exploring the other parts of yourself because you have put on a wig before. You put on a wig once or twice in comedic skits, and you did not pull it off. It looked fully made gaga, and so you would be the last one to be trying to talk about Oliver Twist for throwing a wig on because we've seen you in comedic skits with a wig on, looking foolish back in the G on your Facebook page. You know what I'm saying? Set wigs up on top of your head. And every now and then, you will set a wig up on top of your head now for comedic skits. But we know deep down inside, although you may have never worn a wig in front of camera, that you don't, that we know you a girl. We know it's a girl up in there, girl. We know the fish is in there, girl. We know the cunt is in there, girl. Girl, you cannot hide behind all those muscles, girl. You cannot, girl. You could go to the gym, girl. Bitch, you tried to give us a lunch, girl, and bitch, you tried to work it. Oh, what Solange say? I tried to drink it away, bitch. You tried to pump iron, girl. You tried to pump it away, girl. Girl, you tried to butch it away, girl. Girl, you tried to dress it up in men clothes away, girl. But we still know what it is, girl. We still know that our sister is in there, girl. We know our sister is deep down in there, girl. And so don't be upset with, Oliver Twist for being a little bit more comfortable with their woman side, for being a little bit more comfortable with their femininity. Don't be mad at Oliver Twist for being for resting a little bit more in their femininity. Child, don't do that. Don't do that. Let Oliver be whole. Let Oliver be whole. Let Oliver live their best whole life. And I just honestly feel like what Oliver did was very nice, nasty. It's very nice, nasty. It was, I'm going to set this here so that people can because this is a bag. This is an opportunity for me to get a coin. This is an opportunity for me to have a conversation. This is an opportunity for me to highlight myself. And it's the business. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is the thing. I don't understand this with TS Shenanigans. Like, TS Shenanigans will speak on anything that's going to get her a bag. TS Shenanigans, you know, used to drag for the good Beyonce and say that her voice was overrated and say that she really just didn't see it for the good TS Shenanigans. And one of my sisters brought this to my attention. One of my other sex change sisters brought this to my attention. Used to drag for the good Beyonce and say that Beyonce was overrated, say her voice wasn't really all that. But the moment that TS Shenanigans was given a check, it was singing her praises. She loved her for life. Girl, it's the same thing when before the good TS Shenanigans got to work with the good Tyler Perry. The good TS Shenanigans stayed dragging for the good Tyler Perry. You know what I'm saying? Did not see it for the good Tyler Perry. And now Tyler Perry then gave the good TS Shenanigans an opportunity to get a coin. And now it's, don't you best not say nothing. You best not say nothing about Tyler. You better leave Tyler name out because now the good TS Shenanigans is on payroll. And so I just find it interesting that you could side up, and this is the thing, like, you literally helped to break the story. You literally helped to break the story with Monique on, what happened with Tyler Perry and what happened with Oprah Winfrey and what happened with all them people. And after you broke the story and stood in solidarity with Monique, when a check was offered, when an opportunity came up for you to capitalize, the everything shifted because a check was, and you got, you got a new mortgage, you got new bills, you got more debt. And so, baby, it's funny how the tables turn. It's funny how, our stances will flip, honey, how our loyalties will shift. My God, it's God today when there's a check with your name on it, girl. How you shifted, girl. How you flipped and flopped and tossed and turned, bitch. Tossed and turned, battered by an angry sea. Girl, you had flipped and flopped, girl. You had tossed and turned, girl. Girl, you had shaked and shimmy, girl. You had hopped and shuffled and stepped, girl. Girl, you had worn the soles off the bottom of your shoe, girl. Twisting and turning so fast, girl, to access that coin, girl, after you had took up for the good Monique, girl, and you had just broke that story, girl, and girl, you had flipped and turned, girl, when it's an opportunity for you to get it back, girl. And girl, it's just like, for me with TS Shenanigans, I feel like when they're acting, that is when they're their real self. Because pretending is something that they do better than keeping it real. Like you, it's to the point to where we don't know what reality is, like what they really believe in, what their real stance is, where their loyalties really lie. We don't know what it is because all of it at this point is just it's like reality is starting to run together with the fictional roles. And like, baby, where's the loyalty? Because at first Beyonce was overrated, the voice wasn't all that, and then all of a sudden, Tia Shenanigans got a spot on the album, and Beyonce became Queen of Queens forever and ever, and Goddess of Goddess forever and ever, and she shall reign. And then, baby, it was constantly subliminals about that good Miss Perry, about the good Perry Perry sauce, girl. And girl, then she cut you a check. She cut you a check. And that energy shifted real fast. And so when you have people whose energy whose comments and statements can shift over a check because, baby, let me tell you something. I might work with somebody. I'm not gonna say that I would never work with nobody that I had different opinions with over a cut check. But let me tell you something. What I said is what I said, and it's still going to stand. And I'm not going to flip flop on that. You know, what I said was what I said. Like, I'm not going to all of a sudden shift and change because they didn't cut me a check. You cutting me a check with the understanding that this is how I still feel about you. And I'm going to use the resources that you've given me to pour into the work that I'm doing and to amplify the work that I'm doing, honey. So I'm not gonna say that I can't work with somebody that I don't have differences with. Shall I work with TS Shenanigans? But let's be clear, I'm gonna have creative autonomy. I'm not gonna be at the behest. I'm gonna have creative autonomy in the project. I would have creative autonomy. I would never work with that person and just be like a lackey or an underling and just for the sake of a check. Y'all giving me old nasty check and I'm just gonna basically do what y'all tell me. No. Mm-mm. If I had to share a stage with TS Shenanigans, I'm definitely gonna have some creative, some creative autonomy in the piece. I'm gonna have some creative autonomy, and I'm going to have some control over how I'm depicted and how my likeness is being used in the storytelling. That's the difference between me and a lot of people. I will stand at the back of the line. I will sit at the back of the bus for my autonomy. Okay. But yeah, not to ignore you, McDowell. But yeah, I'm just trying to stay focused because I don't want to be on here forever talking about these shenanigans. I just wanted to get this out of my system because I like, people saying that Oliver Twist is messy, but it's all messy. That's what all of your careers are built off. Arman Wiggins, your whole career, your whole platform. If you weren't messy, like you literally at the beginning of your intro, they say you still messy, and your response is you know the vibes. You're messy. That's your whole platform. TS Shenanigans. Whole platform is messy. Like where's this integrity coming from? Where's the integrity? Where's the honor amongst thieves coming from? Where's all this coming from? Make it make sense for me. Make any of it make sense for me. How y'all have selective honor, selective integrity. Like, make all that make sense. If it's gonna be a mess, it's gonna be a mess, and let it be a mess. So I guess only certain people get to be messy. I guess only certain people get to create shenanigans. Only certain people get to be strategic and go for their bag. All is fair in love and war. There's no honor amongst thieves. That's what you all are. And what it's giving is that Oliver Twist is young, and so y'all using the fact that Oliver Twist is young to like be like, you're my son, you're my underling, stay in your place, know your place. And for Armand to be hating on Oliver, that's why I had to put their pictures side by side. Cause Armand, you not ugly, but you ain't giving runway. You not a model. We don't think of the most beautiful, gorgeous black man and be like, yes, Arman Wiggins. My goodness, ooh, Armand is so fine, girl. Girl, Armand is so hot, girl. we don't be looking at Armand and be like, oh, like, yes, Armand, baby, like, ain't nobody like having sexual fantasies about Armand Wiggins. Like, girl, for you to be calling Oliver ugly and saying Oliver looked like a box of or saying that Oliver looked like a box of raisin bran and Oliver is not attractive and Oliver is ugly, and I'm like, Armand, really? Like Armand is attractive. Armand is not ugly. Armand have pretty skin, nice lips, a nice body frame. Armand is not ugly. That's not what I'm saying. Don't twist my words up. What I'm saying is that Armand, you're not tall. You're not extremely masculine looking. You're not like, no, you're not the ideal, you're not an ideal catch. Like, we don't look at you and think of, oh yes, oh bitch, Arman, girl, yes, girl. We don't know. Like, you don't give that. And so for you to be hating on Oliver Twist, it just looks like sheer jealousy. And that doesn't look good on you. And like all of your subscribers, like who was in your audience, like, oh, Arman is reading Oliver down. Where? Where? No, actually, you're reading yourself. And if you're going to cover the story of what's going on with TS Shenanigans and Mother Larceny, I just feel like you should play the whole tape because something is obvious. TS Shenanigans was strolling around here bragging on her new home, from which she talked about my folded up nuts inside her new home. Um, TS Shenanigans was sitting in her new home talking about the girl's folded up nuts girl and talking about the girl's teeth girl and wearing the girls out from her new home girl right around the time that she started her grand started her tour, started her tour with Mother Larceny. With Mother Larceny, with Mother Grand Larceny. So which it don't take rocket science. It don't take rocket science. You do the math. You do the math. And I think the reason why Arman Wiggins stayed away from that and didn't talk about it is because he is trying to stay in TS Shenanigans' good graces. He for some reason, but you had a problem with TS Shenanigans in the past. You were mad at TS Shenanigans. You wanted to see TS Shenanigans downfall. And the fact that you have the audacity to be sitting up talking about to be dragging talking about she should have never trusted Oliver Twist. She should have never trusted Oliver Twist. But girl, you was mad because Tia Shenanigans didn't see it for you, but it was Oliver Twist that got Tia Shenanigans noticed by Beyonce. So regardless as to the grief or the trauma or the stress that Oliver Twist may have brought TS Shenanigans, it was worth it because Oliver Twist got TS Shenanigans noticed by Beyonce. So I'm sure whatever TS Shenanigans pay Oliver Twist for their services, it still was not worth the outcome, because the outcome was you're eating for the rest of your life. You're getting a check for the rest of your life. You're getting a check forever and ever off of the work that Oliver Twist has done. And so you talking about she should have been leery of Oliver Twist. She should have been leery of that person, but Oliver Twist was the one that got her noticed by Beyonce. So bitch, it sounded like it was worth the trouble. Sometimes in order to get something, you gotta go through something. Be a cook in the kitchen or lady in the streets. You can't show your teeth to every guy you meet. It's alright to be a little sweet, but be up and you know what? And no pain, no gain. No pain, no motherfucking gain, bitch. No. 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 Bitch. It was worth it, bitch. Bitch, it was worth it. It was worth the trouble. So that's as much time that I want to give to this. That's much time I want to give to the shenanigans. I was just disappointed to see Oliver Twist get hated on by Arman. I was just disappointed that the way that Arman did that, it showed me, Geminis, we not like that. we don't do the fake stuff. Like we don't Geminis. We don't like Geminis. We not like that. Like this the reason why they was mad at Kanye. Like this the reason why they got rid of Marilyn Monroe. Like this the reason why they pushed Lauryn Hill into the background. You know what I'm saying? This is the reason why, they had to get rid of Biggie Smalls and Tupac, because our Gemini set up. Like we just, we say the stuff that other people be scared to say. I even gotta bring Trump into the mix. We say the stuff that other people be scared to say, and I'm just saying, Gemini to Gemini, Arman Wiggins, you're losing your edge, baby, because you were supposed to be unbiased. You said you was gonna be unbiased at the beginning of the video, but you was not. You was extremely biased. You drug Oliver. You shamed Oliver's connection to his femininity. You shamed their connection to their wholeness. You talked about how they looked. You hated on them. You talking about you ain't trust them, but you were untrustworthy. You didn't see it for her. You was mad at TS Shenanigans. You wanted to bring her down, and you wasn't the one that was gonna get her noticed. Like you wanted her to build your platform so it could be about you, because like somebody said in the comment section, you've been clout chasing for years. You a clout chaser. You a clout chaser. Nobody's saying that you're not talented. I love your music. You're a good artist. You're a good artist. Like you make good music. You have your little spiritual moments. I'ma give you that. But you be doing some hate, and you messy, and you a hater, and just to fix your mouth to try to talk about somebody else in a messy, like hating way, like to try to put somebody else down, or try to say you was warning somebody about somebody. Girl, bitch, you're projecting. You're projecting. Cause you the same a slithering entity creeping through the grass that folks got to watch too. Cause you looking for your moment. You looking for your moment. You're an opportunist too. You the same energy. It's the same energy. It's the same energy. And you just mad. You can't take that child. You can't take that child. That child younger than you. That child is the next thing. And so yeah, I don't really know Oliver Twist like that. And then the fact that Oliver Twist is still paying homage to TS Shenanigans in spite of all of it. Like, whether it's fake or not, it's the diplomacy for me. I don't know if it's genuine or not, but I'm just living for the diplomacy, to be able to get in front of that camera, and to be able to be so calm, and to be able to be so level headed in the eye of the storm. I live for it. I live for it. And even after um Arman Wiggins drugged you and made himself look like an old, dated, jealous, bitter hater, Oliver Twist still responded with some type of dignity. You know what I'm saying? Still responded with some type of dignity. Still responded with some type of class. And I just live for that. I live for how they represent. I live for the energy that they represent in the mess. Don't get me wrong. It's all mess. But I just live for that variable. And I'm glad that there has been some separation. I'm glad that they've come off from under the shadows of TS Shenanigans, and they're doing their own thing, and they're creating their own space, their own little nice, nasty corner, their own little nice, nasty corner in the mess. You know what I'm saying? Own little nice, nasty corner in the mess. I noticed that I haven't been getting any posts from the messy sweet spot. When I was thinking about nice, nasty corner, I haven't been seeing any updates from the messy sweet spot. Is everything okay over there? What's going on over there with the messy sweet spot? I mean, maybe that just kind of like left out of my algorithm. I don't know what's going on, but yeah, I respect Oliver. I respect Oliver. Super talented. I heard their music. They could definitely sing, and then we know they could edit, because they got Tia Shenanigans noticed by Beyonce, and so I wish them luck. I wish them real luck. With whatever their endeavors are. And yeah, that's all. That's all I wanted to say. I pretty much don't got nothing else. That was it. I just wanted to go ahead and get that little human moment, because I slipped and went down the rabbit hole, early this rising because I woke up at about 4 something. Into one, I slipped when a banana peel and fell down a rabbit hole. And I try to be transparent, y'all, when I be like slipping and going down the little rabbit holes, girl. I tried to keep it cute though. I think I did a good job of keeping it cute. I didn't give too much. But yeah, I'm just saying, girl, if you gonna tell it, then tell it all, girl. Tell it all, girl. Tell the story, girl. Don't tell bits and pieces, because what you did was you tried to, I don't know if a phone call was made or if there was some kind of phone call going on behind the scenes where you was like, TS Shenanigans, I got your back. I'm gonna jump online and I'm gonna use my platform to defend you. But remember how I looked out for you, TS Shenanigans. So, when they coming for me, and when somebody is calling me out or calling me on my shit, somebody trying to hold me accountable on the slick TS Shenanigans, make sure you have my back. Make sure that when a door open for me or opportunity presents itself for me, that you have my back. Or make sure that, you just keep quiet, if a bunch of mess, an opportunity where you could speak out and wear me out, you keep your mouth shut, so you remember just one hand washes the other. So I got your back in this, okay, TS Shenanigans? Just make sure you have my back, okay, TS Shenanigans? Like, I kind of feel like that was what was going on between Arman and TS Shenanigans. It was like, I'm going to have your back if you have my back. And why, and this is the thing that I don't understand about, Tia Shenanigans. Why everybody gotta call you before they talk about you? Do you call everybody before you talk about them? Do you reach out to folk before you talk about them? Why everybody gotta give you that grace? Who the fuck are you? My question is, who the fuck are you? Who the fuck are you that you need a phone call? You're a public person. You're a public personality. If people need to reach out to you and call you, that means that you can't take what you dish. And if you can't take what you dish, then stay out the motherfucking kitchen, bitch. And that's on period, poop. Anyway, Dan Benanam that I say Kuiki spinning and turning in Gani Yanko Kalukalo, which means I am a child of go goddess. And if I am, then you know you are. Bound and round, both circle and square. We too speak life, so operations beware. Sending healing to those in despair. El Babosawa, which means we come in peace. No harm to any. Lelem, lele. Have a good day. Be well. And remember to click that like as you're coming into the live. And subscribe to the channel when you've got the time.